Becoming an entrepreneur and starting your own business is brilliant for getting over social anxiety. Because when I was suffering with social anxiety and I was afraid to come out of my house and make eye contact and speak to people and be around family, friends, and go to a job, I had no motivation to try and face it because I was so afraid of it. I was so worried about getting awkward in front of people and them judging me, or them thinking bad things about me and me feeling ashamed, that I wouldn't push myself to face it. But when I found my purpose in life, my passion, which is to coach men and help them to overcome their fears and their anxieties and build confidence, it gave me an extra strength. It gave me the motivation and the desire. I was doing a live stream the other day and one of you was telling me you're suffering with social anxiety but you have no motivation in life, and you were asking me, why is that? And it's because you haven't found a clear goal yet. It's because you haven't had the courage to sit down and focus and figure out what your purpose is. Once you find your purpose, it's just self-explanatory. It's not necessarily an intellectual thing, although it can start off like that. It's an emotional, biological, spiritual thing. It's a connection. Once you find it, you know this is what I'm meant to do. I believe that every man has got a God-given purpose that he's meant to do, even if he doesn't believe that. I spent the first 15 years of my life believing that I'm worthless, I'm not good enough, and I've just got to accept, everything down the toilet. I'm not good enough to do anything and I can't achieve anything. That all changed when I heard a message from a motivational speaker called Les Brown, and he said, you can achieve your dreams, it's possible, you'll fail your way to success. It's not about where you're starting, but it's about where you're going. And he said, if you can look up, you can get up when you fall down, and to be determined and to have an unstoppable hunger. So all these things motivated me and I found my passion. So getting back to social anxiety again, I'd done a short video a while ago, one of you loved it. You're not going to be motivated and inspired to face it if you don't have a big enough purpose. So you've got to figure out what that is. For me, that was teaching people. That was being a public speaker. That was overcoming my fears of talking to women, going on dates and eventually getting the right girlfriend. It was making money, it was selling. Most of it was around communicating with people in an honest, authentic way. So what is your purpose? And if you don't know what it is, you have to figure it out and search for it. Watch motivational videos like mine, Les Brown's, Anthony Robbins, whatever videos move you and inspire you and help you to figure out what it is that you're looking for. Because it's very difficult, as I said, but it's a lot easier. When you've got purpose and meaning, you can withstand the suffering of social anxiety and facing it. You can come back from disappointment. Most people are so afraid of getting awkward and embarrassing themselves in front of people because they're afraid of the after effects of that, the disappointment that comes up. I don't think I uploaded a video, but people are afraid of fear because it brings up pain. People are afraid of what it's going to bring up. And you only overcome that by going in situations which trigger your fear and social anxiety and bring up what needs to come up, look at it, face it, work through it, and then you grow through it and then it's gone. So the social anxiety is really a label for a deeper fear, which is pain, which is discomfort. And once you understand that through practicing and facing it and doing exposure therapy, you're not afraid to be afraid of it no more, and you grow beyond it. So if your fear is here, but your courage is here, then you're going to be stuck. The fear's got the better of you. Or if your self-esteem is down the toilet where mine used to be, and your insecurities are up here, you're going to struggle. So through the process of taking action, that happens. So you have your social fear here, which is normal and human. Your confidence is sky high. And you've built up that tolerance. You've got so used to being uncomfortable. You're comfortable being uncomfortable. So it took me many years to practice that, and I teach that to my clients. So back to what I said, I'm not saying it might be your destiny, but I'm just saying for me and for the clients that I do my business coaching, business is a great platform. It's a great reason. Especially the most important thing is helping others. That's another great thing. Let's say, for example, you've got social anxiety, but you know someone who's got it far worse than you have. You can help them. And when you focus on helping other people, you don't focus on yourself. You don't have that selfish ego where you're so worried and obsessed and self-conscious about how am I coming across? How do people view me? Are they judging me? Or they see all my cracks, my demons, my flaws? You're not focusing on that. Because you're focusing on service, you're focusing on helping the next person, and it feels great. Sometimes it doesn't feel anything in the sense that I don't mean you don't feel emotions, but you're just spiritually so in the zone. It's a great feeling. That's where there's no pain doesn't exist when you're present and you've got laser focus. So business taught me all these things. And that's why I'm able to backtrack backtrack and break down the blueprint on what I done and how I learned and how you can do the same. So it doesn't have to be business. It can be anything that involves talking. Basically, however we go about this, right? I'm trying to help you figure this out. Say we gotta find a psychological way of thinking or a strategy that's basically going to put you in front of people and get you to communicate and speak to people. Let's keep it simple. It's a social anxiety. So how do we overcome an anxiety or improve it? By facing it, by exposing ourselves to it. So how do we get ourselves to do it? Through changing the way that we think, through choosing to be mentally strong as opposed to choosing to be mentally weak, choosing to be confident as opposed to choosing to be unconfident. Confidence is a choice. Most people don't know that. I didn't know that until I became confident. And I realized that I was choosing to have bad body language, poor eye contact, poor communication skills, being closed, being too introverted, being too shy, being too timid, not being open enough. So it's a choice. So you can choose today to start changing your life. I had an email from one of you. Appreciate the email. You shared your long story. I read all of it. You was inspired by one of the recent videos I'd done, which was age 28. I was single. I was at my parents'. I had no girlfriend. And you telling me that you're in that position, you're changing your life. Great. You're taking small steps. Keep taking small steps. Because Rome wasn't built in a day, and I didn't do it in a day, but you can start from today. You can make a big improvement from today. You can make progress, and that's what you need. You need purpose, and you need progress, the 2 Ps. When you've got purpose and you're making progress, you can overcome your social anxiety. It has to be a point where it's more painful to not face it than it is to face it. 2 pains we've got, one positive, one negative. The negative pain is where we avoid social situations, and it's because we're afraid of making mistakes. And then you're left with the consequences: depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, loneliness. There's no growth in that. It's a negative pain. The positive pain is where we are afraid, we are awkward, we are nervous, but we put ourselves in situations and it's uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm not going to deny that. But then you grow after, you grow in love, you grow in self-esteem, it feels better. So I always use this analogy, it's true. First time I've done a public talk, I was terrified. I messed up, I stuttered, I froze up. The second time a bit better. The 10th time I was fantastic. No stuttering, confident, great body language, etc. First date I ever went on with a woman, I fell apart with fear, sorry. The 10th date I went on with a woman, fantastic. First time I ever got on a business call, I was nervous and stuttering and scared. The 10th time I'd done that, was fantastic. The first YouTube video I ever done, I couldn't speak for more than a minute without running out of things to say and stuttering and getting embarrassed. The 10th YouTube video, the 1000th video, excellent, where I am now. So it's practice makes perfect. Practice is how you get over social anxiety, but you've got to go for it and you've got to grow for it. So when you have a goal, what's your goal today? Let me know in the box below. If you don't have a goal, let me know in the box below that you don't have a goal. That can be a goal in and of itself. A goal to get a goal, not having a goal but wanting a goal. That's a goal. So when you've got a goal, you've got a vision, you've got a purpose, what's your reason? So I can tell you my reason, but that might not be your reason. My reason was I got bullied at school and I got made to feel terrible about myself, and I suffered a lot and I missed out on a lot of opportunities due to my anxiety. And I didn't want anybody I didn't want to let the bullies win. And I didn't want to let a lot of the criticism from people, school teachers, etc., to be right. And I wanted to live a great life. I wanted to express myself and express my God-given talent. So that was my reason. I always wanted to help people. I wanted to succeed and grow. And I guess watching the movies growing up, Batman, Rocky, Lion King, I wanted to be a superhero in my own right. And that was my reason, and that was good enough, and that's how I became successful and conquered this problem, this anxiety. So you've got to find your own version. It's not about copying mine, it has to be right for you. I believe everyone, you've got your own personality, but the principle is the same. So the motivation comes from having the right goals, and the courage and the strength comes from having those values, operating from those goal-driven values, and understanding the value of pushing yourself and getting uncomfortable in order to get more comfortable, as opposed to understanding the negative consequences of not facing situations because they scare you and you're afraid of being judged, and how detrimental that is to your self-esteem and your happiness and your mental health. So I'll leave you with that. That's how you do it. And I'll come back to what I said. Business and entrepreneurship is a great platform and an avenue to conquer your social anxiety and give you that motivation, the desire and strength you need to move forward and change your life and connect with other people, all right? If you enjoyed my video, hit that subscribe button. If it's the first time you met me, I'm Confidence Coach Jonathan. I've been coaching men now for the past 10 years in this area. And if you know my story, then you know my story. You know that I struggled. It wasn't easy for me to get to this point. All right, so I'll see you soon. Remember, when you become fearless, your social anxiety will be quite easy to overcome. All right, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.